is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time.
It's all about what does it take to break you.
Alabama is back as the champion.
Oh, what a catch for Devontae Smith. Risky throw picked up by Patrick Surtain.
If you are satisfied, if you are not hungry, you need to check yourself.
And what papers you gotta go get it and go out.
Right now is your chance. Right now is your opportunity. Right now, you got to make today count.
Alabama, and we in as of now at number 11, baby. Can't tell my Alabama Crimson Tide nothing. That's what KB is saying. Hey, I know y'all see KB on the thumbnail, but hey, KB had to handle other business right now. Hopefully he may jump in, maybe not. But y'all, we finna rock out today. We got college football, front porch college football talk today, and we got some topics to talk about. I'm excited to talk about one of them was brought up by man Van later last week. That's the top 5 best and worst coaching performance or disappointing. It doesn't have to be worse or disappointing. Then the other one, most surprising teams in 2004, and we're gonna talk about some of these conference championships, baby. 6-0, what's going on? Tom Reed, what's going on? And all my goddamn on family in the chat, what's going on? We got 8 right now. My Van went out. We got 8 right now, and man, we're ready to talk some football today, man. We're gonna talk some football. So, what's your thought about Alabama being number 11 right now in this thing, Raza?
Man, listen. I knew we were gonna be number 11, and the reason I said, y'all know me. I'm just a person who don't really know that. So, but now seriously, for the last 2-3 weeks, the college playoff ranking has been right on with the AP poll and basically, the coaches poll. It's been neck and neck. So I kind of when AP poll came out Sunday and we were 11, I figured that we were going to be 11 today when they dropped the college football playoff ranking. So, a lot of people are going to be mad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. But I think of it like this, and I was telling you guys backstage. I don't know. Still, you got this week of football. You got the conference game to play, and some people gonna lose, some people gonna win, whatever. I don't know what's gonna shake out next week. I still think we'll be in there, and if it's any time to prove the haters wrong, let the what naysayers know, all this stuff you've been screaming all season long and all this, man. Listen, people asking if Miro gonna come back. Miro actually graduated from Alabama, so he's actually graduated. He's not in school, so I don't see Miro coming back. I don't see him coming back. I'm gonna come. You graduated. You're done. You got Malachi Moore. You got some other seniors. If we stay at 11 and make it to the playoffs, if this ain't the time to turn it around, then I don't know. When is. So maybe this will be the thing to spark them and be like, you know what, fellas, this wasn't the year we expected. This wasn't the year we wanted. But we have one more sliver of hope. We've been granted a olive bush, so let's take it and run with it. And we'll see what happens.
Okay, Van, what's your thoughts about us being at number 11?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. After that Oklahoma game, I had us in Division II football. I had done, but I'm not a real analyst, man. I'm just an entertainer. I react off my emotions. I don't know nothing about no real football, man. I just out here spewing BS. But But man, what I did know was I was pissed off after that Oklahoma game. It wasn't necessarily that happy with the all win. You know, like we won, but we didn't look great doing it. I don't know. You know, it's one of the things where you're happy you win, but you don't necessarily like what you've seen. That being said, just like Rise Up said, clean the slate right here. You got a chance to go out on top if you do what you're supposed to do going forward. So I'll take that, man. As a fan, you always want your team in. I mean, that's part of being a fan. So am I excited? Hell yeah, I'm excited. But I would love to see this team go out and play better than they've played all year with more consistency and effort. That's just me.
No, I agree. It's one of the things that, you know, when you ask that question, do you want to see Alabama really in at this point? It's an emotional thing. We were at enough emotions. That's why I say the fan answer, hell yeah. But as a football fan, you like, nah. But when you see the possible chance of your team actually get in and where they sitting there, you be like, oh, this thing can really happen. And you be like, will this team click? Will this team click at the time for us? You feel like it's the time to show it. Let what they say. Let every what they like.
They say no.
Yeah, that it seemed like this is the time. Seemed like this would be the time for it. I don't know what'll happen, but god dang it, give me the ticket if we in. Give me the ticket. I'm happy about it. We beat Auburn last week. I was happy about that win. Hey, I was happy about that win, and that was one of them wins that I don't give a damn how we look at the project. I just wanted to come out with the win.
Right.
That's fair.
I got a question for you guys. Let's say everything, all the stars align, and we make it in next Sunday or next. I think the selection is going to be Sunday after the games this weekend. Mm-hmm. You know, we make it in. You know, do you think that the board and staff, the coaches look at this differently? Do you think they'd be like, okay, y'all, once again, we got a fresh start here. We got a clean slate. The board can make history. Well, he basically kind of made it, man. First year coach in the SEC, not a first year coach. You know, I hear people saying that he's not a first year coach, brand new to the game, but he is a first year SEC coach, first year Alabama, and he got a whole new staff. The only two people was on that staff from the previous regime, right? And we know it was like a makeshift staff at the end. They wanted another OC. It didn't happen. So you kind of had to backpedal and you know, go a different route. But that's, you know, with that being said, do you think that they will, you know, come together within the coaches and have what they say, come to Jesus meeting or Jesus won't come to Jesus moment?
Okay.
And be like, man, listen, we got something. We can do something real special here.
Okay, so this is the fanatic in me. In my mind, Jalen Miro finna come out looking like Michael Penix. We finna get offense we never seen. Dick Sheridan's finna be Lane Kiffin and Lincoln Riley combined with those Sarkisian. They all finna have a baby, and that's the coordinator we got. And it's gonna look like Kirby Smart they came back to Alabama, but revamped as this whole other defensive coordinator, like this mega coordinator. That's the fanatic in me.
Right.
That's the fanatic in me. But in my mind, it's like it feels like you seem like it'll be so, because I remember I seen I would read something, and it was just a food for thought thing. What if the board is like not holding out, but he kind of playing it kind of safe just to see, because just to weigh things out, like, and it sounds crazy. It's one of the things I always said that sound crazy, like coaches ain't holding back, but not is a holding back thing, but is he not doing everything type thing? I would hope that was so. Honestly, I don't feel like that, but I feel like we can see a better version of Alabama. I think the coaches are going to dive deeper in the film study, how to break these teams down. Far as I'm assuming that we'll see real the in-game adjustments that looks visuals at us. You know what I'm saying? Because It's still hard not to believe. It's still hard to believe they're not doing in-game adjustments. It just sometimes I feel like they gotta be doing something. It just ain't looking right or something. But it don't be looking right. It looks the same. So I don't know, man. In my mind, I'm thinking that yes, they will. In my mind, I'm thinking yes, they will. This coaching staff will come out a whole different coaching staff, tuned in, locked in, and ready to make adjustments. And personnel groups will come out looking on point like they should. I don't know if I answered the question because I know I was just rambling a lot.
Mm-hmm. Van, do you think the coaches will have a come to Jesus moment? And
they pretty much have to, man. They pretty much have to because, I mean, we're blessed to get in if everything lines up and we get it in, and it looks like we're getting in, and you can't take that for granted, man, because that's one more opportunity to try to be the best. And I don't care where you seated at, you just got to line up and play the team in front of you. I seen a couple people in the chat mention the fact that nobody looks dominant, and I agree with that. Alabama's got just as good a shot as anybody in the country, and if they come out and play the way we think they can play with the talent that they have and the faith I have in that the coach is a good coach, I think we could beat anybody in the country if we were more consistent. And so will we see that going forward? Man, I sure hope so. As a fan, I would love to see it. Even if we get halfway through these playoffs, I'm going to be like, hey, that's awesome, man. That's a great first year for our head coach, man. That'll quiet up a lot of discontent from the fan base. And, maybe they'll all have a renewed faith in him going into year 2. So, it'd just be kind of good to see because there's these invisible lines in Alabama football fandom right now where, you're a Milroe hater over here, or he can do no wrong over here, or, nobody can just be a fan anymore, so it would be nice to see everybody come together as fans and rock the house at the games and just see us come out and play like we should, man. That's really what I want to see,
Yeah,
if you lose to a good team, so be it. But if we go out fighting, I can live with that, man.
Yeah.
If we just so happen to get in, we can't lose the first round. I'm just saying. We got to go ahead and
Hey,
they got us playing as of right now. Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, yeah, you can't lose in the first round. I can't be losing no damn leprechauns. Can't do it.
And we got to go to South Bend if that happens. We have to go to South Bend. So
South Bend right at wintertime. That's a rough game right there for us.
Yeah, Southern, maybe we don't know nothing about it.
We don't. We always talk about coming down south in the heat in the fall, but going up north in the winter ain't no joke. That's rough.
Hey, so CeeSo said, do you see Saban getting involved? Basically getting involved with getting the team ready. I still say no. He might come and say a few encouraging words to him, but I don't think it'll be to the door. He put the straw hat back on and going out there like that. So I don't think he does. Like I say, like we said earlier in the season, Saban knows this. He went like that. It's a man. It's about respect. It's about respect at that point. You know what I'm saying? This is his team, and he got to get this team together. So I don't think Saban will. No, he probably
100%, man. I don't think it would be right to do the coach that way. It's got to be his team now. Like win, lose, or draw. It's got to be his team till the athletic department and the university gets together and decides he ain't the guy for the job down the road, or we decide, man, this guy's amazing. Either way, you got to get behind him and let him do his thing. Like you can't constantly live in that shadow. As Alabama fans, some of us go way back in the history, and you look at some of the things that's happened after great coaches leave Alabama. And it wasn't always fair for the guys that had to try to walk in those shoes because you can't. You can't walk in those shoes. You got to become your own identity, your own coach, and make this your own team. And the comparisons will always be there, unfortunately. But, we got to step aside and let him do his thing, man.
So, man, let's get on with these topics, man. The top 5 best and worst coaching performances or disappointing. It don't have to be worse.
I can't wait for this.
What do y'all want to start with? The top 5 best I'm pretty sure all of us gonna have different things, whatever. So it's gonna probably be way more than 5. Y'all know how we do anyway. We just be talking.
I got a question on that.
Just run our mouth.
Is it the best like performance of game, or is it just the best overall coaching performance for the season?
For the year.
Gotcha.
For the year.
It don't matter. We can start with worst bit. It don't matter to me.
What you want to do, man? This your topic, baby.
Yeah, really.
Hey, man, I'm just here to talk my shit. But hey, we can start with the 5 best. Like, what 5 coaches do we think have done the best job this year? And it ain't always, this team's is like Oregon, for instance. They've done a great job, but we sort of expected Oregon to be in the mix.
So I'm glad you brought up that point because I was thinking the same thing. So he's not on this list with me because I was expecting this from Dan Lanning.
Same. But yeah, man, y'all jump on up there, man. Go ahead, Rise up. Who you got?
Yeah,
who's your 5?
Okay, I'm gonna start from 5 and work my way to 1. All right. So number 5, I got Fran Brown for Syracuse.
Boy, God damn it. All right, go ahead.
Man, we probably gonna have a lot of the same answers, man.
That was my same number 5, dude. I'm gonna change mine on the fly now.
Fran Brown for Syracuse, man. Syracuse is not known for football, man. They're basketball school, and for Fran to go in there and take over the helm and what he has done with that team this season. Hey, man, we didn't think we'd be talking about Syracuse football at the end of the year. We didn't. And it is what it is. So that's my number 5. My number 4 is because he's a good coach to me, but I think he's underperformed a lot. My number 4 is Shane Beamer.
Ooh, okay.
I go Shane Beamer because at the beginning, we all talked about Sellers. Well, I'm gonna put it this way: we all didn't talk about Sellers. Nick Jr., you talked about South Carolina. You really opened my eyes to South Carolina with all the pieces that they had returning and coming in or whatever. But to be honest with you, in my mind, I'm still like South Carolina, bro. It's South Carolina. Man. I mean, South Carolina going South Carolina. And that's what I looked at it. But from the start, it didn't look so well. But since they played the Tide and they gave us everything we wanted, when that last second ticked off the clock, I was like, thank God, because if they would have had another possession, they were gonna score, and they could easily have beat us in Tuscaloosa that day. So my number 4 is Shane Beamer. My number 3 is Barry Odom, UNLV.
Don't sleep on Barry O.
Barry O has took another school who's not known for football, basketball, if anything, and got them Rebels running. I mean, he's got those guys cranked up, even in the midst of a quarterback controversy. We have a quarterback step out, he ain't gonna play because whatever reason. I'd heard 2 or 3 different reasons, but whatever the reason, you get the backup come in and you really don't miss a beat. You still clicking on all cylinders. So Barry Odom is my number 3. My number 2 is Kirk Cignetti, Indiana. We all say that Indiana ain't going to play nobody, and we know their strength of schedule is not maybe the toughest, but then again, y'all, it's still Indiana. It's still Indiana. They've been playing the same team
they are in the playoffs.
Right. Mm-hmm. They've been playing the team that they've been playing every year. And they're sitting, 10-1, 10-2, maybe? Right now, 10-1?
2-1? Yeah.
I can't remember what they're up there. Okay. I know they got 10 wins. So for him to turn that team around in the passion that they're playing with, I have to take my hats off to him, man. I have to take
my bad.
Yeah. And My number one best coaching performance for me. I gotta go with Jeff Monken, Army. Man, listen, we don't give the service school the credit that they do, right? We don't. I never have. I always look at service schools as like that's like intramural sport to me. When I see Army, Navy, Air Force, or whatever, I'm like, okay, yeah, they just give them kids something to do, whatever. But Army is 10-1 as well. And they're playing some good ass football. I know it's maybe out of the scope of a lot of people. They're not SEC, ACC, Pac-12 or whatever, but Army is playing some good football, man. And I have to, take my hats off to Jeff Monken because he took Army and made them respectable. Their household, people talking about them now. People are talking about Army. So those are my five, going from 5 to 1. Yeah, but number 1 being Jeff Monken. So
it's a hell of a list, man. I love that list.
Yeah, not that tight.
All right, NSJ.
All right. I was lazy with finding the head coaches because mine come in too when I was picking my most surprising teams in 2024. So a lot of I'm gonna say the team, but I'm talking about the head coach. But y'all see why, man. So my first guy, Arizona State, Devils. Them boys 10-2 right now. I went for 3-9 last season. That's a hell of a coach. Why are we talking about them possibly being in the playoffs? Because they finna play a conference championship game.
Right.
And I did not see this coming from Arizona. I did not see that coach pulling together from Arizona. Not Arizona. Yeah, Arizona State. I ain't see that happening. I wanted to kind of go on the goddamn different route because you jumped off the bat with Fran Brown. But I got to say Fran Brown. I like he came from Georgia. He put that team together. Shout out to my boy Jackson Meeks, wide receiver over there. Right there with 70-something receptions this year, 900-something yards. A wide receiver that transferred from Georgia that didn't get utilized over there. So it's like, what are y'all doing really with wide receivers over there? But that guy's over there putting the clinic down. He went and got Kyle McCord from Ohio State. Kyle McCord over there balling now. He done went viral and rapping songs. And he went viral. So I got to give it up to him. Most people ain't talking about him. Well, I ain't going to say most people ain't talking about him, but I got to give it to my boy, Coach Prime. Anything they did better than the year before is an improvement. But Coach Prime got them boys ready to roll this year. Like, honestly, I thought they were finna be the Big 12 champ, win the Big 12 at one point. You know what I'm saying? At some point in the season, I started believing in that. Honestly, I did. But Coach Prime, I like what he did this offseason. I felt like he did a lot less talking than he did the season before and just more of a prove-it type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And with me on this one, what am I? This 3 right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shane Beamer. Like you said, Raza, they do South Carolina things, but South Carolina came up strong. Beamer ball has become an effect again. It has come in effect again. I like what Shane Beamer. I've been liking what Shane Beamer doing, but last year was a disappointment. It was a letdown for me. And coming into this season, I think a lot of people was getting kind of tired of Shane Beamer, but Shane Beamer, I think they earned respect again. I think he has earned respect again in this. And my number 1, hold on, I just did. What was that, 3 or 4?
I think that was 4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My number 1 is Indiana coach, Alabama, one of Alabama.
Yeah.
Man, it's Indiana football. I don't care who here got that going playing. It's Indiana football. When we talk about football, we ain't talking about Indiana.
Right.
We're not talking about Indiana. I just like the overall performance, what they've been doing. They've been playing tough football. Even brought up a discussion at one point from my man Red, got the YouTube channel talking about some, should we have hired him or Kellen DeBoer? Me, I still felt Kellen DeBoer is the right guy. Even now, I feel Kellen DeBoer is the right guy. But it was a good topic of discussion. But I gotta give it up to Indiana coach. My honorable mention, I know y'all didn't say nothing but an honorable mention, Illinois head coach.
Yeah.
The boy playing good football this year. It's Illinois. We ain't talking about them in football. They have a couple of good seasons here and now and then, but we ain't talking about them in football. Let's be for real.
Right. You're right. You ain't lying.
It's a hell of a list right there too, man. Like there's gonna be a lot of overlap with mine too, man. And I apologize for that, but it is what it is. Cool.
Cause I really got a crazy ass list over here. Like
I really do too. Because to be honest with you, first before we went strictly head coaches, I had a defensive coordinator at my number 5 spot, and I'm gonna leave it out because that ain't the direction we necessarily went. I actually like the way y'all went better, but
I'm curious though, man. I'm curious.
I actually put Peter Sermon, Cal's defensive coordinator, on my list. And you look at the record and you go, Van, they're 6-6. What are you smoking, brother? Well, Stephen Hicks mailed me some good shit. But besides that, I'm just fucking with Steve. But besides that, their defense improved dramatically from a year ago. And any time that a team improves that much on one side of the ball, I have to give the credit where it's due. And you look at their schedule and the way they competed in most every football game they played, and they could have easily been 9-3. And that's their first year in the ACC, man. And I was impressed with how they played, straight up. So honorable mention to him. Yeah, my number 5 pick ain't gonna be popular because ain't none of us like the team he coaches. But I got to give the man his due. Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
All right. When Brian Kelly left Notre Dame, a lot of people buried him. They didn't think that they would consistently be as good as he had made them, right? All right, so Freeman goes in there, and they had a couple ugly losses his first year, but, you could see a team fighting for the coach. So anytime you see a team that wants to fight for their coach, you pay attention to that because he's doing something right. Well, you turn around this year, and they had an ugly loss. Who was it? It was it Northern Illinois?
Illinois, I think.
Yeah, Northern Illinois. Yes.
Yeah. Early in the year, nobody after that game thought Notre Dame's still gonna be in the playoffs. Yeah. Not me, not the experts on TV, and they love Notre Dame. They talk about them as much as they talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Damn, so do.
But at the end of the day, he rallied that team after a bad loss, a team they should have beat, and they ain't lost since. And now you can question their schedule, but you can only play what's in front of you. They don't take away from what the players have accomplished and what the coaches accomplished by getting them together after that bad loss. So I wanted to give him some credit. So he's number 5 on my list. All right. Number 4, Spencer Danielson, Boise State.
Oh, that's hard. All
right. Boise State's 11-1 right now.
He on my bad, Van, but
you good, brother.
And him, that was on my long list, though. On my long list of shit.
Yep. Like, I believe he deserves a lot of credit because he has brought Boise State back to relevance like they were when me and you were kids in SJ. Like, when we were buying NCAA football and picking Boise State and trying to replicate the Statue of Liberty against Oklahoma and stuff. Like, he brought them back to that. And, it's easy to talk about that Heisman Trophy candidate running back, but the transfer he got at quarterback has made a big difference too, because you take him off that team, they're not 11-1 right now. His numbers get overshadowed, but the way he's handled his business has kept them in ball games and won them ball games. So my hat's off to Boise State and the job that Spencer Danielson's done. All right, so my number 3 pick will be primetime himself, Deion Sanders. Love him or hate him, he's done something at Colorado that hadn't been done in a long time.
Yep.
The team was a 1-11 when he walked in and told you he brought his Louis Vuitton bags and you could take your stuff and get on out. You know, he was trying to establish a culture there, and I think he's done it. They've improved dramatically. All right, so they were what, 4-8 last year, correct?
Yeah.
They were in contention for the Big 12 title up until what, last week?
Mm-hmm.
9-win season. That's a win, dude. He doubled what he'd done last year plus one.
Yep.
And now big time recruits are coming in.
Yes.
He's got big time quarterbacks, big time defensive players that Ohio State had locked up.
Yep.
He's got players from around the country looking at him.
And
he's going about it a different way. He's doing it his way. And, you know, a lot of times Deion gets hate for how he goes about things because people don't like to see people do it a different way and succeed.
Yeah.
Right.
It's easy to hate on the man, but if you listen to what he says and how he talks, he's put a target on his back sometimes, but he's learned from it.
Yeah.
He was trying to approach it like he did when he played. And I think he's reeled it in a little bit. And, you know, from the time he got Travis Hunter to go to Jackson State all the way up to what he's done now, I mean, man, let's give him some due. He deserves it. He's done a hell of a job, and I look forward to see what he does next year. Go ahead, brother.
Just quickly, somebody asked me today talking about Travis Hunter, what I think about Travis Hunter. And I spilled my praise about Travis Hunter. He said, man, he think what Travis Hunter did was soft. I said, I think what Travis Hunter did was smart. I said, because he understood the landscape of recruiting, how you should be recruited. I said, he went to a head coach, but yes, you go to a position coach, whatever. I said, but he went to a head coach that does what he does, that did what he did. Play both sides of the ball. I said, yes, normally you go to a position coach. That's how you do it. But he went to a head coach that played both sides of the ball just like him. I said, you can call it soft. I call it crazy. But, hey, your opinion about your opinion. I said, but he did it the right way. And look how it's planning out for him.
Right.
You know, Coach Duke going to haunt me for giving Deion any credit on the list whatsoever.
I really want to know what he'll say. So, God dang on. Right now.
Dude, if you go back to the old Barbershop Talk X episodes, I would bring them up for no reason just to watch him get mad. It was but anyways, man, number 2 on my list, Rhett Lashley, SMU.
Ooh. They're going to win the ACC. I've been saying it for weeks now.
Coming into this season, I thought they'd be good. I didn't think they'd have the team speed that they've got. And I did not think they would be in contention for the ACC championship at the beginning of the year. I didn't think they'd be there. Right. First year in the ACC, and they're 11-1. They're 11-1. So, I mean, I remember when he was an OC at Auburn.
Yes.
And some of the dynamic stuff he was doing at Auburn, and I tried to keep up with him a little bit because he impressed me with the plays that he would call. So. Yeah, it's been cool to see what he's done because I thought Auburn messed up when they let him walk away. He really should have probably been their next head coach, but that's debatable. Whatever. My number 1 was also on y'all's list at different spots, and that's Kirk Cinetti at Indiana. Because ain't nobody in the world thought Indiana would be 11-1
no.
at this point in the season. Nobody. Kirk Cignetti didn't think they'd be 11-1. And I know he says, Google me, I win. And I love that response. But nobody, including himself, thought that they would be 11-1 at this point. And you can talk about their schedule because their schedule is not that hard. Okay. Yeah. But one really hard game they had, they lost to Ohio State. I get it. They still won 11 ball games, and that's hard to do. And the way college football looked this year, if you're not a fan of Oregon and maybe a handful of other teams, your team probably had a bad loss somewhere during the season. I know my team did. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. Yeah. So, you know, that's my 5. I had to change a few on the fly because sometimes, man, I think I chat with y'all so much we started thinking alike. But so I try to do it on the fly real quick just to give people something different.
All right. Well, I guess we go with the worst. And I'm going to start so that I know we're going to have probably some same people. And so I'm gonna do the same way I did the other one. I'm gonna start with number 5 and count down to 1. All right, my 5 worst head coaching performances. And this one is expected, but it's unexpected, right? And it's Lincoln Riley. And the reason I'm going with Lincoln Riley number 5 is because, man, you hop ship out of Oklahoma, and you're in the land of milk and honey out there in LA. You're in the middle of cream of the crop. You're in the city. Beach is not far. Women, you know, the nightlife, whatever. And LA have money. People went to that school have money. USC is not a cheap school. So they have alumni, they have money. And you still can't put together a winning city. You can't put together a team to do what's expected of you to do. And so even though I expected you not to have a good season, it's still disappointing.
It's still disappointing, yo.
It's still disappointing that the season that you had. So number 5 is Lincoln Riley. Number 4 to me, come to the SEC, and I'm going Kentucky, Mark Stoops. Because Kentucky is a basketball school. But for the last couple of years, Kentucky has been building something. Kentucky was that gritty team that in the trenches type team. And I had high hopes for Mark Stoops. You know, I thought that he was going to put something together. Did I ever think they were going to be Alabama or Georgia? I never thought they'd be that, but I did think that they would always be a contender as far as, you know, 8, 9, these are 9-3 type of season, you know, out of those guys, man. Because the East, well, I'm saying the East, there's no East no more. But for the last couple of years, the East has been down. So it was Georgia and nobody else. You know, Tennessee started peaking here in the last 2, maybe 3 years, but that was it. And I thought that, you know, Stoops could have put something together with Kentucky and had those guys a household name. Well, I ain't gonna say household name, but you know, people took them serious, and it just didn't happen. Number 3, kind of the same situation. Sam Pittman. I don't know what the hell is going on in Arkansas. I don't know. Arkansas is always one of those, again, gritty teams that is always on the cusp of winning the games or being able to have a great season, but they just can't get it together. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Fayetteville, Arkansas that nobody wants to go to. I don't know if it's the facilities. I've never been there. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if it's unappealing to the students, you know, to the kids. I know we're in the time of NIL and transfer and all that type of stuff. But I still don't think that Arkansas is a second-rate school. You know, I still think that they have great facilities and everything else. But for some odd reason, Pittman just can't seem to get it together to get that squad to get over the hump. So he's my number 3.
Gotcha.
My number 2 is the mullet man himself, Mike Gundy. Oklahoma State, man, them jokers is 3-9 right now. Now, I've never expect Oklahoma State to be playoff contention, but I always thought of Oklahoma as having a shot to at least be into the champion, the conference championship game in there. And I don't know, man. I think they might need to start looking into replacing the coach. I don't know. He's a staple there. They seem to love Gundy there, but he hasn't really done anything. You know, maybe beat Oklahoma a time or two here and there along the way, kind of like Gus did Alabama, you know. But Oklahoma's gone. They in the SEC now. And you think with Oklahoma leaving, Oklahoma State will be stepping up, but they took a step back, man. They done regressed. So, Mike the Mullet is my number 2 guy. And my number 1, everybody should know what my number 1 is. It should all be our number 1.
Yeah, I know mine.
It's going to be our number 1.
I know what you're going to say.
Mike Norvell.
Yes.
Listen, dude, you went from should have been in the playoff over Alabama last year, depending on who you ask, to I get 2-10 record, bro.
What the hell?
2-10 record, bro. 2 games, man. You won 2 games. You got all that talent in there. Like Nick Jr. said all the time, just because you did big in the portal don't mean that they're going to gel and mesh together. Man, you got people from everywhere. You got a lot of Alabama talent. You got talent from all over the world. You missed on your quarterback.
Man.
But still, man, all that talent and you 2 games is all you can muster up. 2 games. That's it. So you are my number 1 guy, and I do have a honorable mention, and you had to take this with a grain of salt because this team has been through some ups and downs. But I thought this season that they would really be some contenders. They had some, quarterback got hurt. Kyle Whittingham. Utah. Like I said, I know the quarterback got hurt.
Yeah.
But I was expecting Utah to come out and really, be a contender for the championship, for the conference championship. And this year it didn't work out for them. And, so I had to put him on this. He's an honorable mention. So that's my 5.
All right. I like it. Hey, y'all.
Good list.
Hey, I just want to say this. I see a lot of Bama stuff in the comments. Y'all know we just like to talk football. Tonight is more of a talking football thing tonight. I ain't trying to dismiss the Bama comments, but we just got topics tonight we're trying to get through. If we have enough time later on, we'll probably venture back through it. But we just got topics tonight, and they're interesting topics that we all thought that was interesting topics. This is why we want to talk about it. But back to the regular schedule program. Oh yeah, you can buy the Nick Saban merch. I sell you this shirt for $100. That's how I buy the merch. But I'm gonna start it off with my 5. I can't even think of the head coach name. Like I say, NC State.
Oh yeah,
that was
Longhorns
to win the ACC, and they 5-7. They were preseason ranked at number 24, and to me, that coach has not lived up to that hype at all this season. That's my opinion. But my next guy, I had to do it to you because I really like you, and I still got hope for you, Lance LaPointe. I'm not gonna say worse, but disappointing. That came in preseason ranked at number 22, 5-7 season. Towards the end, you see them start kicking it up strong, but I really expected more out of the quarterback returning. My man Devin Neal still had a great year. He still had a great year there, but I was expecting more from Kansas and Lance LaPointe. I was expecting way more. My other one is the mullet man himself, like you said, the mullet. Bro, you've been there too long. Like, regardless, I don't know what your roster turnaround look like, but you've been there. You're one of those established head coaches that have been there for so long that you should be able to maneuver around this. Mm-hmm. And I hate this list because I can go on for days with this. But my next guy, most probably won't say it, but I gotta do it, man. Brian Kelly, man. Brian Kelly.
Yeah,
that's subjective. All this is subjective, but this is I expected more out of Brian Kelly. He said don't judge him until the third year. Well, we going on to the fourth year. This your third year, and I'm judging. You having the mental. I'm not saying you, but LSU is going through some stuff right now. They had like 4 decommitments in the last past 24 hours, and they big time names. And I feel like some more of them guys are gonna flip. Brian Kelly. I still give a little more time, but it was kind of disappointing, bro. It was kind of disappointing. And my next guy is Lincoln Riley. Listen, Lincoln Riley, you are in Los Angeles, California. Mm-hmm. It's money there. If you can't win in the NIL period right now in California, I don't know. I don't know if USC gonna ever be able to win. You are a guy that quarterbacks want to come to.
Right.
You are a guy that you lost Juju Lewis to Colorado. Mm-hmm. You lost him to Colorado. You still get some big time names because I hear Justice Terry is not Justice Terry. Who was it? Dang, not Justice Terry. It's somebody big time that LSU is targeting. I forgot his name. The big thing. I know all these guys' names, but I can't think his name. But they even got a prediction for him to be a USC. I don't know if he actually goes there. I don't know, but. You got to win in Los Angeles in the NIL period, guy. You got to win in Los Angeles in the NIL period. One of my other guys, well, this is number one, is goddamn Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell, bro, Roger, you said it all, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You went from crying about being in the playoffs, the whole fan base, to falling off the face of this earth. What's going on? For Florida State, I'm an Alabama fan, but for Florida State and knowing the history and tradition of Florida State, it is disrespect for the college football for Florida State to be this bad. Mike Norvell, I think he just got an extension, but I don't even know how long is that going. They're gonna fool with this. So next season, you better have a big turnaround. You better find you a quarterback. I heard there's some rumors. I think the dude that transferred from Boston College, that quarterback that started the season, I think it might be some rumors for him. For
Castellano, something like that.
Yeah, for Auburn as well. But I don't know what you need to do, but you need to figure it out, bro. You need to figure it out. But that's my list right there.
Hell of a list, man. I'm over here dying because, like, I picked a lot of y'all's, and I'm trying to give people something different. So I've mixed and matched a little bit while y'all's talking. And it looks like I'm looking for some smoke on number 5. I'm going to get some hate on this one, but I'm going to come with it. Number 5, most disappointing coaching jobs this year. Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss.
Yep. My bad. Ooh, that's very subjective. I
have not been a fan of his. But I was willing to shut my mouth this year because the stars were supposed to align for Ole Miss this year. Yeah. No Bama on the schedule. Schedule was fairly easy, minus the Georgia. Man, then you trip up against Kentucky before you even get there.
Kentucky, bro.
And then, on top of that, who else did we trip up against here? Let's see. I know they lost to LSU.
Florida.
And Florida.
Oh! Billy Napier, I'm so sorry, bro. So sorry.
Hell, Billy almost redeemed himself for me the last half of the season, though.
He really supposed to be on my list, but I started playing mix and match too.
Dude, it gets tough. It gets tough because I got more than 5. Mm-hmm. But I'm going with him on my number 5, man. And I know they're 9-3. But if the playoffs start today, it looks like they won't be in it.
I seen all the screenshots, the graphics eliminated.
Yes. And I'm like, whoa, man, like you had your chance. Like if you split between the Kentucky and Florida, you win one of those.
Yeah.
You would unquestionably be in this, man. Like, I'm sorry. And I know Ole Miss fans are mad that they didn't necessarily get picked for it, but you lost to Kentucky, Florida, and LSU all in the same year. I don't know, man. We lost to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. I get it. In fact, Eric D's saying it right now. He said only casual fans. Maybe I am just an entertainer after all, but to me, I expected more from Ole Miss. Man, they go out and get all these transfer guys, and everybody tells me how great and how loaded this team is. Jackson Dart returning, blah blah blah, and I don't know. I expected more than 9-3. I just did.
Hey, listen, they had Trey Harris. They even got South Carolina star wide receiver last year, Deuce Wells, one of his stars, Deuce Wells.
Yep.
I forgot he was on the team till later in the season.
Yeah.
But that's my number 5. I just wanted to throw something different out there, and I've been disappointed with what they've done this year, you know. My number 4 is Mack Brown at North Carolina.
Wire.
Yeah.
You have seen this team. You've seen this team on a roller coaster coming downhill the last few years. 8-5, 7-5, 6-6. And that 6-6 included a blowout loss where you scored 50 and still lost by 20. And against a team that, I mean, it wasn't like Alabama coming there and beat you 70-50. You know, I understand he's leaving at the end of the season or whatever, but I was disappointed in North Carolina this year. I was disappointed in North Carolina State too, just to throw an asterisk out there. I think everybody was. That was a preseason top 15 team for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. They fell off the map. Mm-hmm. All right. My number 3 pick was Lincoln Riley. Y'all know I ain't had no love for Lincoln Riley. Like, I don't dislike him as a person, but I think he's an offensive coordinator pretending to still be a head coach. He needs to go back to coaching that side of the ball. He would have been a great Saban rehab partner back in the day to come in and learn how to manage a football team, not just know what's on the field, but learn how to manage a squad.
Right.
If he wants to be part of our Alabama rehab clinic, if we get rid of him, I'll take him.
As long as we don't go out and eventually get Grinch as our defensive coordinator like they did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Grinch's brother before, and we had him one time, and he's at Ole Miss now. But anyways, yeah, Lincoln Riley's 3 for me.
I got it.
All right, number 2 for me. And this is going to sound weird because this guy, there's not a lot of expectations on him. But me personally, I had a lot of expectations given the talent on this team. Brent Brennan at Arizona. A lot of people thought Brent Brennan in Arizona were going to be contenders for the Big 12 this year. I did. That quarterback wide receiver duo they had alone, I thought made them halfway. Yeah. Like, I thought they had the talent to be upper echelon, and they finished 4-8. And I know Jeff Fish, I think that was his name, Jed Fish, was the coach last year. I understand it. Eric D said, I think you need to consider putting Brent Venables on this list. That's fair. But then, like, I still remember 24-3, and it feels like Oklahoma was undefeated and had their foot on their neck. So, but truthfully, yeah, Oklahoma had a bad year. They really did. And some of the worst injuries I've ever seen, man. Like, they couldn't catch a break.
All your wide receivers out. All your wide receivers.
All of them. Hey, to be fair, I thought all of ours was too, but minus 2. Like, because we didn't throw to them.
Right.
So they might as well have been injured. Like, I really thought at times we should have just had, like, run 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends. And just had Ryan Williams out there by himself, but whatever. I'm trying to turn a new leaf here. We're in the playoffs now. Yeah, we good. But top flight security of the world, Craig. But number 1 for me is a 2-parter, and it's because I couldn't leave both of these men off the list. What happened to this is obviously Mike Norvell and his 2-10 Florida State Seminoles. How the hell do you go from 13-0 conference champions to 2-10? I'm sorry. I don't give a damn if the whole team left.
For real. Get up for him. He ain't fight fair.
Like that, damn it, man. Like, I don't care if the whole damn team transferred. I still expect Florida State to be in a bowl game.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
Man, that was
State, like I
horrible.
said, it's disrespectful for college football for Florida State to be that disrespectful. I mean,
Sure.
to be that bad, man.
And then that was 1A and 1B is obviously the mullet man from Oklahoma State, because you were supposed to have a guy that was going to win the Heisman Trophy at running back, going to run for more yards than Barry did at Oklahoma State when that head coach was the quarterback, and Oklahoma State was just going to roll through their whole conference and we'd see them in the playoffs, and I figured one and done, but still have a good record. Man, what'd they finish? What was their overall record? 3-9, something like that.
Yeah, 3-9.
Here. Man, that running back disappeared. Like, I remember he got in trouble in the offseason for like a DUI or something. And I ain't trying to run the kid down. But I knew when he asked him what they're going to do, they was like, we're just going to run with him and blah, 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 till he gets tired of some old bullshit. And I thought, man, he don't have a game plan for discipline. He ain't got a game plan for the fucking game. And sure enough, man, that dude couldn't ride that running back to at least 6-6. Come on. Shout out Little P.
Yep, shout out.
Bomb Squad's here.
Okay.
Man, hey, Van, that was the topic. That was, when you said that the other day, I was like, ooh.
You know, us getting close to playoffs, there's a lot of things to be talked about that we ain't talked about yet. So, man, I got a whole list full of shit that I didn't even bring up yet because I'm like trying to save a little bit every time, you know, just to give us a little something extra on the show. Somebody got Mike Norvell 1 through 5. I ain't mad at it.
Funny.
I ain't mad. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Alabama had finished 2-10, woo.
Oh, hey, listen. Crazy it is to say fire these coaches. If Coach Kevin DeBoer would have did it at Alabama, you would have seen the first year coach get fired. Alabama is not playing that. I don't care what happens. Alabama.
No.
Okay, you couldn't Alabama do that if you want
to. I had another.
We're ready to fight a man off a 3-loss season. That's a good damn season for football.
Right. I had another honorable mention for worst performance. But I left him off. But since I'm gonna throw him up and we can move on to the next one. And that was Gus Malzahn with UCF. They let me now.
Dude, you read my mind. I had an asterisk up here and I left it off because I didn't want to go too long on my end. Same dude.
Yep.
He got the perfect quarterback for what he does, man.
Listen.
Yep.
When I heard that he got KJ Jefferson, I said, "Oh shit, they finna win the Big 12. This finna be Cam Newton all over again." That's my thought, and I don't know what the hell happened over there. I don't know. That man said, "Look, bro, y'all gonna have the head coaches done. I'm finna go be an OC, bro." Fire me. Look, y'all ain't finna keep talking about fire me in my face out loud.
Hey, I got a question because I ain't get to watch him on TV much. Does he still wear the sweater vest?
The sweater vest and the visor.
He's still rocking that. First day in, I'd be like, "You gotta take his shit off." But
the way you can't co-work for damn.
Have y'all ever seen Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Christmas movie, got Sinbad in it?
Yeah.
He looks so much like Phil Hartman, that next door neighbor to me. He looks just like him, man.
I did look like Boy the Man with that sweater vest on.
It's no.
Eric D said Mike Norvell got a raise to go 2-10. Ain't that some shit? Hey, swear.
I wish I could get a raise to perform worse than I did.
Well, I couldn't perform much worse than I already do, but if somebody won't pay me extra to keep doing it that way, shit, come on down.
And let it be, it is true. Kobe Prentice has hit the portal. Something I seen coming, and I like Kobe Prentice, but you know, it's probably one of those things. It's just not. It ain't working. Like I tell people, I
kind of get it, man.
Yeah, and I tell people like this all the time. Like we get so excited about these star rankings, but it's this page on TikTok I follow, and they just bring up random recruiting classes, and it make you when you go through it, he have all the players, but not all the players, but the top players, and you just realize how many players that was 5 stars that you haven't even heard of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some of the players you heard of them, but you be like, you ain't do nothing in college though.
Right.
Dude, I can't even get mad at him. If you want to get to the next level, somebody got to throw you the ball, man. Yeah, you got to be on the field to do it. So he ain't getting used the way he feels he needs to get used, and a lot of the fan base feels the same way about it. So, yeah, I can't be mad at that. I'll be honest with you. If I was in that running back committee in the backfield, I might be out.
Hey, Van, you better watch what you say because they listening to us now. Like,
what I meant to say was, if I was one of these elite running backs like Genty at Boise State, I would transfer to Alabama and join that great running backfield. That's what I meant to say. And my microphone was messed up, man. You can't listen to my shit.
Hey, man. I know we got William Brown in the chat, and I think William Hart gonna be broke here in the next couple of days.
Oh, Lord. My bad. Sorry, Willie.
He ain't did it yet, but I just got a gut feeling that he's gonna be out, you know.
And if he
don't do it, gonna be gone.
If he don't do it now, it'll happen towards spring or during the season next year. It's gonna happen though.
Right.
And I like Lonergan.
I like it too.
I like Lonergan. I really do.
I wanted to see him, Austin Mack, and the kid that's coming in. What's his name? Yeah, I wanted to see them 3 in the spring competing for it. And I know y'all gonna be like, but Van, what about Ty?
What about
y'all know how I feel about Ty. I ain't trying to hate on the kid, but at the same time, every time he goes out there, man, he just look like never mind. I ain't even gonna say it. It's messed up. Somebody in the chat gonna have some kind of condition. I'm gonna get in trouble for making fun of him. Never mind. But I'm not necessarily a fan of Ty.
Look, we all gonna get canceled because I'm gonna stand up with you. Wrong or right? What man said? Shit. He said,
see, I ain't made a red cent in my YouTube career going on 2 years now. But hey, I made some friends. So fuck it, I've done something.
Hey, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. So let's move on to the next one. We ain't gonna do most disappointing teams, but let's do most surprising teams in 2024 that we can go on and do the conference. And do y'all got a list? Or y'all just
you know me. I'm just gonna spitball.
So I'm a spitball. I got a lot of teams. Y'all do not have to do as many teams that I'm doing. But of course, my list is I gotta start with Indiana going 3-9.
Oh yeah.
Now 11-1. Number 9 in the AP poll. Well, I forgot what the playoffs is, but that was before the playoffs came out today. South Carolina. 5-7, 9-3. Number 13 in the AP poll. Like I said, I did this before the list. The playoff thing came out. Boise State. It was hard to leave that coach off there too, but you know, but Boise State 11-1. They were 86 last year, but still, I didn't see 11-1 coming, and I didn't see this performance from this running back coming either. I didn't see that coming.
Nope.
Colorado 4-8 last season and 9-3 right now. Hell of a coaching performance by Coach Prime, by that coaching staff. It's still things that y'all got to work out, but the way I see y'all recruiting right now, I have no doubt that y'all are not headed in the right direction. Big 12 champs next year. I'm going to say that too. BYU Cougars, 5-7 last year, 10-2 this year. Great performance. And BYU, to be real, keep it real, Y'all do play a solid brand of football over there in Big 12. Y'all always brought a tough competitive football. Yes, sir.
Bro, we got the exact same list, but mine's reversed. I'm scrambling over here.
That's funny.
I got BYU at 5.
Hey, my man, I was about to say Tyler Buckner for Heisman. I didn't know they had that in lacrosse. But
It's called La Heisman.
La Heisman.
Another coach that allowed me to leave off, but I left him off because he was mentioned. Let's go with the Army Black Knights. Let's talk about the Army Black Knights. It was crazy it's crazy now that in one part of the season I was talking about, what if both of these teams remain undefeated until they play each other? They're possibly fighting for a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
But what Army Black Knights have done, I have not seen it in my lifetime. If it happened in my lifetime, I wouldn't pay no attention at all. But they are 10-1 this year, and they went 6-6 last year. That was cool for Army Black Knights, but 10-1, didn't see it coming.
Right.
Arizona State, 3-9 last season, 10-2 this season.
Right.
Will they be in the college football playoffs if they win their conference? Another team, Iowa, 7-6, 10-2 this year. Solid performance last year. That was solid for Iowa State, but they 10-2 this year. Will they be in the playoffs? Vanderbilt, 2-10, 6-6 right now, and 6-6. Crazy as it sounds for Vanderbilt.
That's great.
It's great, but it's disappointing because I just felt like they could beat some teams that they lost to. I feel like they could have beat Texas, but that's great from going 2-10. Know what I'm saying? 2-10, 6-6, and for Vandy, that's awesome. But that's my list right there. That's my list.
Man.
I'm over here trying to change mine up, dude. Because me and him, literally, I had 4 of the same 5. In fact, Iowa State was my number 5, and I'm gonna stick with that, man. Matt Campbell's done a hell of a job. Them compete December 7th, they'll be competing for the Big 12 championship and a chance to go to the playoff. I was gonna have BYU on my list too, but I don't want it to be too similar. Sataki's done a hell of a job at BYU. You talking about a reverse? Like that was a guy I hated leaving off my coaching list. He done a really good job. Wait a minute. Sorry. I just seen something in the chat. Stephen Hicks said he used to teach karate. Man, I knew he had to talk karate, man. I heard a rumor that Chuck Norris looks for Stephen Hicks under his bed at night. Like I've heard that before. Now it makes sense to me. But back to the list.
Man, it's crazy. Hey, y'all, real quick. I got 19 in the chat. If y'all mind, please hit the like button. That's all I ask for. I don't even ask for money. But y'all can buy a shirt for $100. Proceed. I got a Bluetooth ad finna come up in a few minutes too. So
Number 4 for me, the Memphis Tigers. I didn't expect them to finish the way they finished. 10-2.
That's hard.
Top 25 team. Ryan Silverfield, man, he's doing a great job right there. That it's a team that nobody talks about much, and I understand the conference where they play at and blah 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 blah. I don't care about none of that. I felt like when they beat Florida State the 3rd game of the year, that was the nail in the coffin early for Florida State. I don't think they ever recovered from that. They took Navy to the bell and barely lost to University of Texas San Antonio. They could have easily been 12-0 this year. They were in every ball game that they lost. So, and they put up bunches of points on people this year. Like they played really good football. So that's a team that will be on my radar going forward next year that I want to look and see if they improve upon that. Are they going to be somebody that backdoors their way into the playoffs next year that nobody talks about? All right. Number 3 for me would be Arizona State. All the talk in the preseason went to the other main team in Arizona, the Arizona Wildcats. Meanwhile, the Sun Devils came along. Kenny Dillingham did a hell of a job this year. And 10-2, and if they win their conference, they in. So, man, like these teams we've talking about on this list so far were teams that nobody was talking about, including us. Man. I'm not trying to say I crystal balled it, you know, Swami, like back in the Johnny Carson days, you know, like I ain't know nothing about none of that. Like I knew who these coaches were, and I try to keep up with as many teams as I can, but you get older, you get something called Dunbar syndrome, and there's so many numbers you can keep up with, you start forgetting shit. So Arizona State, I was impressed with them this year, man. Number 2 for me, SMU. There again.
Woo! They're going to win the ACC.
I know they were 11-3 last year, but they were 11-3 in the American Conference.
Yes.
So they come over this year. Their conference record was 8-0 last year, by the way. Their conference record this year is 8-0 coming to the ACC. That team speed is for real, and that's a team I'm of course I'm rooting for Alabama to win it all. But if SMU was to shock the world and we lose somewhere along the way, it'd be kind of fun to see SMU do something, because it's been mentioned in the chat several times that outside of Eric Dickerson, nobody talks about SMU.
Yep.
When they made a 30 for 30 about them getting the death penalty, that was the most they had been talked about since those events 20 years before that.
They got talked about. They got the death penalty for doing NIL deals.
For real.
So then they come on and perfected it. And look at them now. So it was working.
I'm gonna say this. I always got it somehow leads back to Bama. Everybody talk a lot of crap about Kenny and Russell. Oh, y'all flipped the guy from SMU. And I'll tell you y'all this. If you know your football, if you're a quarterback, if Rhett Lashley come talking, if you're a quarterback, you listen. If you know your
damn
coach,
right you listening.
If Rhett Lashley come talking, you listening as a quarterback. And now it don't look so. It make a lot of people that said that, you know what I'm saying, crazy minded stuff look very crazy at this moment, because like I said,
Matt Moscona.
Yeah. I wonder what you got to say about LSU and Brian Kelly right now. I know I don't be listening to you, but I know who you are. But,
by the way, I almost really caused some controversy in my most disappointing coaching jobs and put a coach in that's in the playoffs. Like I nearly went there. Ryan Day.
Ooh,
you beat everybody you were supposed to beat, and you think you should. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm telling you. He come down to the barbershop the other day talking about he spent $200 million on that roster. It wasn't 20, it was 200. It looked like $200 bucks against Michigan.
You bragging? And it's so funny, man. I ain't have him on my list neither, but I flirted with the idea. I flirted hard. I flirted hard with the idea.
We gotta talk about it, man, because like I understand they're in the playoffs, but with the roster they got and the players they got, like what's his name at running back to come out from Ole Miss last year had a hell of a year. Was running on everybody. Yeah. And like the talent they've got, that young receiver. Like they got so many.
With the veteran wide receiver, Emeka Buka returning, they got a good wide receiver room.
Dude, they keep us. They steady got good wide receivers every damn year, and like I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like, how you not scoring no points in the second half against Michigan?
I'm gonna tell you what made me question it. Like I wasn't questioning it out loud, but I was like, when they went and got the quarterback they got, he was good at Kansas State. He a decent dude at Kansas State.
Yeah.
But when that was the quarterback that's supposed to be the savior, I'm like, I said then myself, I went online saying, but I have football conversations among myself when all this go on. I'm like, y'all probably should have stuck with Kyle McCord. And look at Kyle McCord over there in Syracuse now.
Yep. Look like a different quarterback, man.
Yeah.
Look like a different quarterback.
And I just feel like he would have I feel like he would have been that quarterback or better with that talent on that team.
Yeah.
I fought real hard not. I wanted to find a way to put Pittsburgh on this list. I really did. But they didn't finish strong enough.
Yeah, that's right.
So I couldn't do it. The obvious number one to me is got to be Indiana Hoosiers. Like, it's just got to be. And like, I try to get creative with it, but Kirk Cignetti in Indiana come out of nowhere. And, man, my hat's off to them. Like, if they win one game in the playoffs, I think everybody would be surprised. Because, like, you look at their rankings, and you look at their overall record, but then you compare them to most of the juggernauts that's been in playoff games before, been in big-time games, and you look at Indiana, and you're like, they don't belong. And if they go out and they beat somebody early, like, who have they got them matched up with so far? I got to look and see real quick, and I'm not trying to derail the show, man.
No, you cool. Do you? You know how we do, dog?
Well, you know, there again, I'm not a professional, clearly. But they got them mixed. They got them matched up with Georgia.
Ouch.
And like, dog, if Indiana and look, no, do I think they beat Georgia? Hell no. But if they beat Georgia, let's fucking throw it against the wall. If they beat Georgia in that first round, dude, college football world gonna be turned upside down.
Yeah, they wouldn't, man. What you talking about?
I'm telling you what's the truth. Like, it's gonna be crazy. Like, some of these matchups, like Arizona State and Penn State. Penn State looks better than Arizona State. I'll be straight up. I'm rooting for Arizona State. I don't like Penn State. But that one would be kind of shocking to me. Because I know Penn State's got more depth than Arizona State. But like Tennessee and Ohio State, that's a closer ball game than people think it is.
Yeah.
People look at Ohio State's talent, but they don't look at Tennessee's body of work this year. And I know they lost to Arkansas in an ugly game, but they rebounded from that. They played a lot better. And, man, that Dylan Sampson, that's a hell of a running back.
Yeah.
And their defense is way better than advertised. And their D-line's aggressive. Their O-line plays well. And I feel like the quarterback's coming along at the end of the year. Like, I feel like he's starting to get it. So, Tennessee going to be good. But Alabama, Notre Dame, you know I ain't picking no Irish. And I don't know why I just got started talking about the playoffs like this. I'm just bouncing around. But I don't know why, man. I don't know. I got talking about Indiana being my number one team. And I was like, you know, if they win one game, and then I look and it's Georgia, and I'm like, oh shit.
So guys, this is what front porch college football talk about. We might be wrong. We're gonna get back to the subject, but we gonna be wrong. We're gonna be wrong.
I take the scenic route sometimes, you know. The interstate's quicker, but sometimes I end up on, you know, how my brain works.
So
undiagnosed autism.
You gotta live right up.
I got simple, man. Listen, everybody y'all call I had. So we all our list lines up. So I'm just gonna call two.
Okay.
I said it earlier. UNLV.
That's hard.
They had their season 10-2. Like I said, it came out of nowhere. And hey man, congratulations to those guys. And the second team will surprise me. Them damn Orangemen, man, from Syracuse.
Yeah, I like it.
You know, so that's you know, those are my two, man. I didn't expect that from Syracuse, but I like it. I like the coach. I like the coaching hire, and what he's bringing to their program. So
yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
It's hard to get folks up there cold ass Syracuse. It's cold up there, man.
I'm gonna definitely air it. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna text you. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of the show. and we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna probably run after that. I gotta go after that, but we're gonna take our time with it. Conference championship. Another exciting part of the college football year. Another exciting part of college football year. Rivalry was a hell of a week. I'm surprised we ain't talking about that, but that was a hell of a week.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell. Everybody became boxers or something over the week. Everybody out to fight. Michigan players that got pepper sprayed. I heard some people say about they ain't have the pepper spray them kids. I'm like, look, so let's break it down. What if I am a security guard at the
stadium?
Yeah, what if I'm a security guard trying to break up this? You ain't gonna get much out of me out of no 6'4", 250 plus kid or no 6'7", 350 plus. I'm not breaking that up. I ain't breaking it up. I'm probably you better than me. I would have shot somebody. Better than me. I'm just saying though. So I hated it for him, but rivalry was a hell of a week. But conference championships, and I'm gonna start off with the Big 12, Iowa State and Arizona State. What's y'all thoughts on that game? Who y'all think come out on that one? Who y'all think get that playoff spot?
I'm leaning Arizona. I'm leaning Arizona State, but that's one of those games. That's a toss-up to me, man. I don't know. I don't. My gut's not saying Arizona. My gut's not saying Iowa State. I'm just gonna go Arizona State, man. I don't know on this one. That's too close to call for me.
Man. Overall, go ahead, Van.
Man, it seems like Arizona State's gaining a lot of momentum the last few weeks. So I'm going to lean that way. Iowa State play really good too. Like, ain't neither one of the wins going to surprise me, but I'm going to lean towards Arizona State right now. That's who I'm going to pick.
I got to be the different guy on this one. I got Iowa State, man. I got Iowa State. I remember that quarterback. I can't remember his name, but I know he had got a 3-star from Florida. And how do I get on these rabbit holes with? That's why when we was talking the other night about recruiting, how I'm falling off of love with, like, I'm shying back from recruiting because of how crazy stuff is. I used to fall in some deep rabbit holes and then just sometimes look at the state of Florida guys and you start looking at tape or whatever, just me on my random time just doing stuff. And I remember just watching him, I was like, dang, that's pretty solid. Like, he going to Iowa State. That's weird. Like, Florida, the talent Florida got, man, it's so crazy, the talent Florida got. And I'm slick fanning over him a little bit. So I hope Iowa State wins it. That's who I'm picking. Either way, where they rank, it can go either way, but I'm going Iowa State, man. I like what they got going. I ain't gonna do this Miami, Ohio versus Ohio. I care less about that crap. I ain't gonna act like I care. When I watch it on the random Tuesday or Wednesday, I would. As far as championship, all the exciting games going on today, I'm not finna act like I'm finna watch it.
I respect the honesty, man.
But if it was a random Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or something, I'll watch it.
Right.
I will. But Georgia versus Texas, the meat and potatoes. You know, we Alabama fans, we SEC people. Do y'all think Georgia can beat Texas again? In the Georgia game.
Van?
Thanks, buddy. It's like that R. Kelly song. My mind's telling me no.
My body telling me yeah.
It's hard to beat a good Texas team twice. But man, I still think Georgia wins. Like, and it's not like I think Georgia's this juggernaut world beater. I mean, we've seen them play bad, but I got questions about Texas. The things that made them look soft at the end of the year last year, especially in the playoffs, in the trenches, things I thought that they would get better at, I don't see it. So I'm still going to pick Georgia.
You know what? My mind ain't telling me no. Mind telling me yeah, and my body telling me yeah. Look. This is good. They good. But it's just something about that Georgia. It's hard for me to pick against Georgia. I do not think Texas is going to goddamn come out there and compete with them with the way they should. Do y'all think it'll be I'm going to ask y'all this. Do y'all think it'll be a better game than it was the first game?
Yes.
Do y'all think Archie Manning has a little effect in it because he's the running quarterback?
Oh, see, I hadn't even considered that. That's a good question. Yeah, hadn't even considered that, but it's a possibility. Is Ewers, do you think they're going to play them both? Is he still kind of gimpy with his ankle or whatever?
I don't know. I seen a couple snaps last game against A&M. And like red zone situations, like goal line situations too. Like,
oh, okay. So they working some packages, try to use his athleticism. Got it. Okay.
It's crazy to talk about a Manning and athleticism in the same season.
Well, wait a minute though. Wasn't his dad the wide receiver?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he was the best athlete of all the Mannings. Now I don't know how true that was, but I had always heard that, you know.
Hey, I was the best athlete in all my family too, probably.
I can't even claim that shit, man. In my prime, my old man can still outrun me.
The truth, I can't count how many my older brother was.
I was the best athlete out of all my parents' kids.
You two got Georgia.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the odd man out, man. I'm going Texas. I think Sarkisian got a lot to prove, right? He went last year. You know, he went to the playoff last year in Washington. They got him first year in the SEC, and won every game but one. That was Georgia. I think Georgia. I think he about to pull some tricks out of his bag. I mean, I think he's gonna lay it all on the line, man. And I can't give you a prediction as far as score prediction, but I think he finna show us deep down in that bag, you know, put out some magic tricks, and I think Texas might pull it off, man. So
I know Quinn Ewers is hoping old buddy don't have a game like he did the first game. Not Marquette Williams, but the other guy.
And I think they're gonna scheme for that.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. If Georgia beats them twice, I wouldn't put Texas in. And y'all thinking, man, you crazy as hell. I don't want to see that shit potentially come down to a third game.
Hell yeah.
You had 2 times. Do it. So, I'm sorry. Like, that's just how I feel about it. Like, you lose to the same team twice in the season. How great are you really?
Right.
Hey, I just want to say this, y'all. I got 14 in the chat right now. I was trying to say it earlier, but y'all, please go subscribe to Bam Down Sports and /CTS Sports. It's 2 channels, but it's the same thing. They link to each other.
Guys.
Please subscribe to Bam Down Sports. And Bigfoot, I can't forget. I keep forgetting it. What is it?
Dirt Road Bigfoot.
Dirt Road Bigfoot. Please go subscribe to them guys. Them the brothers over there. Them the guys over there.
Right.
But
Good
Georgia,
dude.
I got Georgia, man. I don't think Texas is like that. Like, they ain't showed me enough this year. But I got dang on Georgia beating Texas again. I ain't gonna even do Marshall and Louisiana, whatever they is. Right? Not gonna do that one either. I ain't studying that.
Right.
Penn State and Oregon. Number 1, Penn State. Number 1 Oregon, number 3 Penn State.
Oregon.
Can we say Oregon is undefeated? And to me, it just seems like it's a quiet ass secret that they got undefeated in number 1 right now. To me, it seems like it's a secret or something. Like I don't feel like nobody talking about it. If somebody talking about it, I ain't listening. My ears are like blah blah blah.
No, man, they're the least talked about number 1 team that stayed undefeated that I've ever remember in college football. Like,
true.
I don't remember it being like this, like with that team. Like nobody's even debated them at number 1 in like a few weeks now. And nobody talks about them. They're just like, yeah, Oregon's number 1. Let's talk about the rest of these teams. You know?
Yeah, like for real. Like
with 3 losses, Alabama will be left out. This.
You know what that kind of tells me though? That tells me that people have doubts about this team.
Yeah, kind of.
And I don't know if that's from past years where they should have been more than they actually were, or their inability to finish it in the playoffs or in the title games. I don't know if that's the past honing them, and you shouldn't hold a team to that because that's different squads, different players, you know, whatever. But you bring a good point, man. It's quietly been very dominant for them, and nobody talking about it.
Yeah, it's crazy to me too. And that point, what you just said, bro, is something that I've been feeling too. I'm like, is there some type of doubt in this team? Like the reason why they ain't talking about it as much, like. Yeah, they number 1 now. Is it one of them things they number 1 now? But when they get to the playoffs, somebody gonna take them down. It's crazy. I don't know. It just feels weird that they undefeated at number 1, and to me, they haven't been getting that hype. They haven't been getting that hype at all.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Or is it one of those things how we said? The reason why Dan Lannon went on our top 5 best coaches. Was it expected?
Mm-hmm. It was for me.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that. I expect them in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. I would have said they would have a loss now, though. I didn't think they'd be undefeated. I'll be honest with you, but I expect them to be with the talent they have, what they had coming back.
Yeah,
you know, and everything they acquired. I knew they were going to be a player. I knew it was going to be them in the conference championship against. I thought it was going to be Ohio State, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was going to be Penn State.
Yeah, that's wild, too.
So did whoever wrote text for Ohio State this year.
But Oregon is Penn State, man. They don't even give for the big game. They can't ever win the big game, man.
Hey, regardless of how we feel about Ohio State, is Ohio State in the best situation not to play this year?
Hey, chill out.
They got a bye week.
Yeah, I need to rest up, playing, you know.
That's wild. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know. But who y'all think got it? Who y'all think? Did y'all pick?
I said Oregon.
Okay.
Man, I kind of feel like something goofy's about to happen here. Like, I don't know, like, and I want Oregon to win because I can't stand Penn State.
Man.
But I feel like something goofy's about to happen. Like they gonna trip up right here. I don't know, man. Like, because they really hadn't had a constant, like, the Big Ten is so top heavy, it's not even funny.
Right.
And we're like, I think you could build a 12-team playoff just off of them in the SEC alone this year. Like, I think there's teams at 6 deep in the SEC that could still give Big Ten teams fits. But I don't know, man. Like, Penn State, they're more well-rounded. I think they're more athletic. I see more offensive scheming out of them. I see more just out of Penn State this year than I've seen in a long time. So I know they lost Ohio State, but they gave them a run. I'm gonna go with Penn State here. I think Oregon athletically may be better. I like their coach. It's hard to maintain undefeated.
I ain't gonna lie. I still don't give a piss about no Penn State. I got Oregon.
It's fair.
Hey, because every time I told Penn State in the past, they so happy. I was like, why did I do this? Why did I start? I said I'm not drinking that. After last year when they lost to Michigan, when I picked Penn State, I said I ain't drinking that Kool-Aid no more. And starting, keep it going. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid again. I'm not never picking up a cup of Penn State juice again. I'm not doing it. Not doing
I don't like the way it tastes, but I think it's gonna catch somebody just right eventually. Like it's about got to, man. Like it's so hard to go from week 1 through your conference to go undefeated. Like, but I don't know.
Right.
I think Oregon's the better team. I just feel like it's hard to maintain.
Coach Smoke said Penn State and Indiana just ain't cutting it for me at all. Not in this playoff situation. Not in the playoff situation, dog.
Nope.
Like you said, Van earlier, you said what they matched up with Indiana is Georgia.
Yeah.
That don't even sound fair.
No, it don't. No, it
So
don't.
enjoy while it lasts, Indiana.
What
Enjoy
if?
while it lasts.
What
You had a
if?
good run, man. You had a good year.
It's always that what if.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, like you won't be able to turn on ESPN for like 2 weeks after the playoffs is over. If Indiana was to trip Georgia up somehow, some way, dude. Oh my
Because let's be real, Georgia ain't been that. Listen, and that's for all of college football, except for Oregon, that ain't nobody talking about. That's so crazy. That ain't nobody been consistent, man.
No.
Ain't nobody just been that consistent team, dog.
You know, if Penn State was to miraculously, you got to say miraculously, trip up Georgia, everybody be talking about them. Everybody, you know, they'll take the heat off Alabama right now.
Yeah.
They'll take the heat off us, man.
Yeah, like I expect Georgia to beat them like they're their dads, like
Right.
worse than Ohio State beat Indiana, you know. But it's fun to throw that what if out every once in a while.
Yeah, I do a lot of what if stuff in my. I said I was gonna start doing it out loud, but I do a lot of what if stuff in my head.
Mm-hmm.
What if this
Same.
player went to this team?
I love to play out scenarios in my head just to see what would happen, man. Because like I don't know, it's interesting to dream about sometimes. Just some kind of crazy shakeup.
Right.
Coach Smooth said it's gonna be bad. Hell yeah. Go subscribe to Coach Smooth. Y'all go rock with Coach Smooth. Good football talk. Good football talk. But what the next one is? Oh, yeah. Clemson and SMU.
SMU.
Hey, I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now. I said SMU go in the SEC. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now.
I'm tired of people sleeping on the speed that SMU's got. I've already brought it up in the show today, but they got some major speed on that team.
What you know about them? Texas boy. Mm-hmm. Like I say, people talk to crap about we flipped a 3-star from SMU.
Right.
And I said, if you're a quarterback and you hear Red Lashman talk, you better listen. Better listen.
Exactly, man. You know, Dabo gonna be Dabo.
Yeah.
You know, he gonna game plan, but I think like Van said, Smoke said, you said, man, the speed that they have and them guys coming in and playing this year, man. I mean, it's been a long time. Think about it, bro.
Exactly.
SMU got the death penalty, right? And they just like nobody talked about SMU forever. It just, I mean, we just buried them cats and put them under the dirt, and everybody did some dirt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody did some dirt, but we act like SMU is the boogeyman and
man.
all this type of stuff, man. Come on, man. Texas got long money, so let's be real. And I'm talking about the state of Texas. So everybody in Texas and everybody else who can get away, who had a little change to put in their pocket, in their kids' pocket, they put it in there. But we just did them guys. Well, we didn't do them dirty, but people they did them dirty, man, and they've been under a dark cloud for so long, and they just happened to get out and join the ACC, and now they got ACC exposure. Woo, that's what.
Dude, like they've been in,
First
they were
year.
in the American Conference last year, the
Yep.
ACC this year, and they ain't lost a regular season conference game in 2 years in 2 different conferences. I don't give a shit what conferences they are. That's impressive, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
'Cause think about it. They were down so long. If you ask the average college fan, especially the younger generation, not the older people, but 30s or whatever, they can't even tell you what SMU mean. They don't
No.
even know what it means.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's a lot of people out there that absolutely don't know.
They don't even know if it's Southern Methodist. Wait a minute, Methodist, Yeah. Right.
But
He wasn't committed there for no reason.
Yep.
Exactly.
and like he there said too, it's an attractive scheme as well. So like I said before, y'all they talked a lot of that crap, but if Rhett Lashley come talking and you're a quarterback, you better listen. There's still all recruits that probably not listening to me. If you're a quarterback committed, Rhett Lashley come talking, you better goddamn gonna listen. I'm just saying. But man, hey, I like it.
Dude, I just had a random thought, and can I get it out real quick?
What's up?
When we were talking about coaches, and I wasn't sure if we was going strictly head coaches or assistants or who, there was another name I wanted to bring up, and I want to get it off my head real quick because I'll be thinking about it 2 days from now. I brought up Cal's defensive coordinator, but there was a guy that joined Vanderbilt's coaching staff this year that was a former head coach at New Mexico State, Minnesota, Northern Illinois, and he had some health concerns, started having seizure problems and things like that. His name's Jerry Kill. And I know the football heads know Jerry Kill, but maybe some people that don't keep up with certain teams don't know who he is. But he joined Vanderbilt as like a chief consultant to the head coach and like a senior advisor for the offense. And he's got an effect to him, man. He can rally guys, and like kids love playing for him. And I think I'm not giving all of Vanderbilt's credit to him because he ain't in a position like that. But I think he added something to that Vanderbilt team this year. And I hope going forward that he can figure out what caused his seizure. He can continue to be a coach because he was a fun one to watch, man. And I think that Jerry Kill effect really helped Vanderbilt this year. I just wanted to get that off my brain because it'll be on my head forever if I don't.
Hey. But man, college football been going crazy. This is a good part of your recruiting about to come up. National Signing Day about to come up. It's been a lot of portal entries, a lot of decommitment, basically predictions to flip. I'm like, oh snap, this are getting good. Y'all see we got dang on predicted to get the boy the dude from flip the dude from Auburn. Damn, I can't think his name. I think his name Donovan Starr, something like that. Yeah. So that's listen, the guys that we are getting in the secondary, it's good pieces for what we're trying to do in the secondary. That sit back and sit back and read it and react. We get some good guys for that for what we're trying to do in that with this defense. So it's exciting to see what this Bama team gonna look like in the future, man. It's exciting to see what this Bama team gonna look like in the future. It's exciting to see what college football is gonna look like in the future. You got all these guys that's cutting these fat checks. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not the biggest Michigan fan at all. Derek Meadows, yes, he's predicted to flip as well. We're working on the Fagans kid too as well. We're working hard on him as well. But I'm interested to see what Michigan is gonna look like in the future. Right. I want to see what all this money is spent gonna look like. I'm interested to see Ty Haywood when the Alabama 5-star commits. I've been saying that when I first heard Michigan jumping in the thing and I started hearing the stories, I said it before it was even a prediction put out that Ty Haywood gonna flip. I seen it coming. I seen it from a long way at it. I seen Ty Wood. He hasn't did it yet. He hasn't said it yet, but
right.
I ain't predicting that he flipped, and the prediction is out there now. That doesn't mean nothing at all, but I've been saying that when I first heard them rumors that it was about to happen. Yeah, Antoine, been hearing about Antoine Fagans, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because, his brother was committed to Alabama too, Kane, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. I got a question. All right. So we're talking flip season and portal and all this type of stuff. Alabama need to address some stuff on that O-line, man. Who do y'all think they should maybe look at, target if anybody gets in the portal? Or have you heard anybody get in the portal that we can use on this O-line? Because we being honest, man, we got to upgrade from Proctor and Pritchard, man. I mean, them boys be getting beat.
I can't remember the names off the bit, but I seen a couple names. I be trying to, but I don't really know, man. When it comes to the offensive line, I don't be knowing, man. I know we got some dudes there, but I don't know if none of the dudes that can step up and fill the void or whatever.
I mean, so we got Miles McVay.
Yeah.
We got
Olanin. We still got
Wilkin Formby.
Casey Poe. We got a lot of guys. The Sanders got the big guy.
Sanders out of Hope.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's a lot of guys, man. It's a lot of guys that's on this roster. And it's a lot of guys that coming in too. So
but we need at least one guy with some leadership.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember we got the dude from Texas A&M last recruit class, not recruit class, but when he flipped from A&M, Naquil Bantran, he a big guy. Like, it's a lot of dudes out there. So it's an A&M guy that offensive lineman from A&M that hit the portal just now, not just now, but was it yesterday, today? Okay. It's a lot of names, man. So I don't be knowing, man.
I was sort of surprised. I was surprised to see Tyson Lang was leaving Tennessee. Like, he was pretty much thought he was going to be the starting center next year. So I was already like, he announced quick. So, yeah, buckle up, boys, because we're going to see a lot of this.
And like he just okay. And see, like he said about Michael Carey, I was telling Deuce about this the other day. I said, not the other day, but the other week before the prediction came out, I said, I think he flips. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. But I said, Colorado is pushing for Michael Carroll too as well. And I said, I feel like he stays, but at the same time, it's just my personal opinion. I don't know or not. But it feels like he'll be the one to stay and Hayward be the one to flip. But this shit crazy right now. This shit crazy right now.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But man, y'all, I had fun tonight. And I can't do no 2-hour one tonight. I can, but I got shit I need to handle in the morning.
What you talking about? It's already 2 hours.
It's at 1:47.
Man, that's 2 hours.
I know, right? I know, right? I know, right? But
so my wife be like, what? $99. That's $99.95. That's $100.
I know, right? He said Alabama's not going to let Carroll. Hey, and I hope what you're saying is so true, bro. I hope what you're saying is so true. We need to open up them pocketbooks.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandma used to say, go get my pocketbook by the head of the bed. Go get my pocketbook. Just to give all of us $1, $3 to split between 5 of us. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, you gotta go open that. You gotta go open that Crown Royal bag, get the couple dimes out.
Get that change.
Make sure you grab my. You gonna give us snuff in the bill? Like literally, you were giving us snuff. Like what the hell? You know I'm sick, is right.
Yeah, my grandma, bro, Billy Garrett was her snuff.
Yo, that and Brute. I don't know if y'all remember Brute had the little yellow top on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
First time you ever put that stuff in your mouth, man, you go to sneeze or something, it just cake up.
I ain't never tried this stuff. I ain't never tried no snuff.
Listen, I had a neighbor.
I dip now.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why I ain't never tried. The Sandlot cook. When I watched the Sandlot, I was like, hell no, fuck that.
Listen, bro. Okay, this is no lie. I got a cousin. Now George is maybe.
I believe that Eric D. My bad.
about 3 years older than me, 4 years older than me. So when we kid, George did stuff. His parents let him did stuff, right? So we had cousins come down from Chicago, and we all at the house, and we playing Father the Leader. George is the leader, right? So George get Billy Gary Snuff and put it in his lip, right? Kid from Chicago get Billy Gary Snuff and put it in his lip. All those other kids from Alabama like, nah.
Hey, my grandma used to spit that. Look, we be talking about the randomest thing. My grandma used to spit it in a can, a soda can, and just leave it sitting around the house anywhere. So she used to have a lot of soda cans. So my cousin, he used to have this thing when we was little. He just always picking up a can, dragging out of the can, any random can, soda can, any random soda can. Man, my grandma had this snuff and the snuff spit in this can, and he poured up that. It was a diet 7-Up. No, it was upper 10. It was a diet upper 10. My bad, it was upper 10. And he turned that thing up, and that was the last can he just randomly turned up in his life. He brought my grandma's snuff spit, bro.
Dude, just like you can't eat at everybody's house, I can't be drinking after nobody, man. I can't do it.
Yeah, because especially now, if I be eating booty like it's goddamn candy. No, I don't eat booty. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I didn't even know that was an option, man.
Bro, you don't eat booty?
I never once looked at that and thought, yeah, here we go.
This is a whole new day right now, bro.
Hey, did they be having the nerve? Look, bro, you don't eat. You share me, you know, bro.
I'm telling you,
no asshole, bro.
I'm telling you, I'm putting this on everything I love. Ain't happening.
No, right here. And I'm gonna tell you something else I wouldn't do too. And I ain't trying to kink shame nobody in the chat. Ain't no fucking foot going in my mouth either.
Yeah, no, you walk on them motherfucker all day.
Yeah, ain't doing it.
Be like,
yeah, nah. My name's Bennett, and I ain't in it. Ain't no toe going near me. Ain't.
Hey, Eric D, I'm with you on that too, cause it's so weird that somebody like that, like, I kind of like it that we don't know what the hell he finna do. I know the prediction is heavy for Georgia, but that shit been a long time. But it feels like don't nobody know what he really gonna do.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie, I hope we open up that pocketbook. I hope we open it up for him. I like Justice Terry. Remember that picture that was surfaced of a kid when he was in 8th grade and he was all hoped up? That's him now. That's him now.
Really?
Oh, I was thinking of my own picture, man. I forgot about his.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all. Last Friday, my son went to go meet his trainer for the for weight. My dad got him a weightlifter trainer. He benched last week for the first time. He maxed out. He hit 135 for the first time. Like I'm like, and for the first time benching, I said, bro, that was solid. When I first started benching, I had little plates up there like a motherfucker. I said, you throw it there.
65 pounds there.
Yeah. Thought I was doing something too. Boy, get strong, boy. These kids today different, so hopefully he can got dang on by the time school start hitting for him, like working with the high school, that'll be a goddamn big jump, which I'm pretty sure it will.
Right.
But y'all, let's get off of here, man. I appreciate y'all for coming on. Wish KB could have been on here, man. What's going on, my dog? You late, bro? You late? Please go. Hey, hit the like button for us. We so appreciate it because we talked about some, to me, interesting stuff.
Yeah, you need to go back, man. We did a list on best coaching jobs, worst coaching jobs, drinking dip, spit, licking toes, booty. We covered everything, man.
Yeah, so do me a favor, go back and look at that, man. We finna get off out here. Either what y'all doing a signing day show tomorrow? I don't have the plan on to. I was supposed to hit my guy dang on Josh up because I had talked to him about a month ago about he still do shows, but I was supposed to hit him up in advance time. I might see if I can still slide something in just to see. I don't know. Time be cramping right now because right now I'm on that streak. Like Saturday, I ain't gonna be able to do the pick'em show because he got his first session. Last week was an evaluation, but he got his first session this Saturday at 11. Yeah. So we've been trying to crank that back up. Make sure he do the push-ups. Make sure he get his stretching in. Make sure he get the core work, the sit-ups and stuff in. So I'm finna get back cramped up. Still looking for a part-time job so I can feed this athlete.
All right, fellas.
But
well,
y'all, we out. We finna tune out. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Roll Tide, everybody. And let's
number 11, baby. Number 11.
Yes, number 11. Yeah. Let's play our hopes live.
Keep hope alive.
Holla.